Hello everyone. Today we're going to be discussing the pros and cons of leather versus Kydex. Now, while I spend most of my time creating videos for Falco, help me, I also teach concealed carry classes. And one of the questions I get a lot is, which is better, leather or Kydex? Well, they say plastic, but I know what they mean. But before we get too far into the holsters themselves, let's look at the gun that they'll be holding. The Walther PPS may not be the first gun you think of when somebody says concealed carry, but it is a fine handgun. Once you lock in your grip, it's a great little shooter. Now for the meat of the video. The A105 Falcon is an open top inside the waistband holster. Also available is the A205 Classic and the A405 Comfort, if you're looking to shed some zeros on that price. The lack of cant on this holster makes it great for appendix inside the waistband, as well as the 3 or 4 o'clock position. Now, if you want it canted, obviously that option is available to you. As you would expect, the leather is natural Italian leather. These can be ordered for right or wrong-handed shooters. These can be ordered for right and left-handed shooters. They can also be compatible with handguns that use red dot optics, and the mouth of the holster has an extra layer of leather, making it more rigid, keeping it open whether the handgun is in it or not. This will lead to a much safer reholster. This holster attaches to your belt using a steel spring clip. So why choose leather? Leather has a few benefits, the first being comfort. Leather is much softer against your body than a synthetic material like plastic or nylon or Kydex. Not to mention, if you want something that looks as good as it feels, leather really can't be beat. The draw out of a leather holster feels like you're sliding your gun out of a sleeve full of butter. Ugh. One benefit that's often overlooked is that leather holsters are silent. Imagine you were attacked. Your assailant ends up on the ground. Leather won't rattle around, so at that point the attacker has no idea whether you were reholstering or your gun is still aimed at them. To be fair though, leather does have some drawbacks. The biggest one being its greatest strength. It's a soft organic material, and over time, if not maintained properly, that organic material will break down. Since leather doesn't add any additional retention to your handgun, oftentimes these holsters require a safety strap. While that can prevent an attacker from getting a hold of your handgun or keep sticky fingers from grabbing at it, it is also one more action that needs to be made before you can deploy your handgun. Now, let's look at the A905. The A905 is an inside the waistband Kydex holster. It's made from .08 American Kydex and is form-fitted specifically to this gun. It can be used in basically any position on your strong side, but the addition of the holster claw makes it really shine in the appendix position. Claws are very helpful when you're trying to reduce printing, and when I have the opportunity, I always use one. This thing absolutely disappears under a t-shirt. So why pick Kydex? Kydex is a type of thermoplastic material. It's lightweight and rugged while also being fairly inexpensive. One of the main benefits of Kydex is the passive retention. You can hear it clicking into place. Some holsters will have button releases, but if you find the right amount of tension, you just need to give it a little more oomph to get out of that holster. Kydex is extremely durable and honestly will probably outlive you. These holsters tend to require minimal maintenance. I always suggest though that on occasion, check your screw tension, make sure nothing has started to walk out or come loose as you've worn it throughout the day or week. As far as cons, the most apparent would be comfort. I don't feel uncomfortable using a Kydex holster, but when compared to wearing a leather holster, it's pretty night and day. If you're someone who really cherishes the condition of your pistol, just know that Kydex won't be as gentle to the finish on your handgun as leather would be. So, which one is the winner? As with firearms and women, all styles should be appreciated and admired. I primarily carry in a Kydex holster. I don't care much about the finish of my gun, and I like having that passive retention to keep little grabby hands away from my pistol. As far as silence with a downed attacker, there's some much louder noises that attacker should be concerned with. I also know people who prefer leather. It all comes down to what you prefer and what works within your carry system. Regardless of your preference, train with it. In any violent situation, instincts will go a long way, but it's your skills and training that will make sure you win the day and return home to your family, or your bird, or your couch, whatever. I don't care, just go away, cut it. Just kidding. As always, we loved having you here, and we're excited to see you on the next video. Stay safe.